Hi guys, welcome back to my Minecraft series. We're here at the swamp again, where I've been making preparations to build a magma block farm. I've just been working out the heights needed and the dimensions of the build. I also came to the realization that the minecart layer should probably be built on magma blocks, because there's a possibility now that slimes can spawn in here, for a while actually, one by one. And that would jam up the entire operation. Collecting raw blocks for the platform. Got tons of magma blocks and the technical blocks, iron, redstone. Unfortunately, I've run into a huge snag, and that's that in the version I'm playing in 1.10.2. It's been patched out of the game already, that mobs can spawn on this block, which is a good argument for always checking your farm design online before you start building. Well, at least I didn't start building already. That would have been a huge waste to have the whole thing done and then realize it. However, I didn't waste my time because these are all blocks we'll definitely be using. I could just abandon this and go on to a different farm. For example, our next build is likely going to be the automatic XP pigman farm, and these blocks would definitely come in handy there to build that. However, I think I'm just going to transition into a different farm stage here, because I really do want some early game source of ender pearls and slime blocks. There's two ways I could think of to do that, at least for the slime. You could have like a 64 by 64 of sandstone, and then just have on all the edges have a drop off into some magma blocks, and have hopper carts under that. And because slimes always pick one corner direction and head into it, they would eventually end up on the sides, die, and you'd get some rate of slime. It wouldn't be too efficient because mobs would just spawn in there and they'd just stay until they despawn. Yeah, that's one way to do it, I guess. And the other way that comes to mind is just using one of these water and piston farms, where this would be the floor. The mobs will spawn there, and then the water will just sweep them off on a timer. Which you've seen before probably. If you're watching Minecraft videos, you've probably seen this farm. I'm not going to look up any tutorials on how to do the redstoning. What I'm probably just going to do is have a very primitive redstone setup. I have a clock here which sends one signal to activate all the water sources. And each chain of the water pistons will have its own clock which turns them off after a certain time. And this redstone clock up here will only send out a pulse like every 20-30 seconds, something like that. Yeah. So I'm going to get started on that. I'm going to lay out the dimensions, I think. I think I'm going to have two cells like this. So it's about 14 wide. So the whole build will be about 30 or so. I'll take it over there, probably stop before I get to that witch hut. And then I'll start figuring out the piston design. So, I'll get to it, and I'll be back with you when I've made some progress. Alright guys, it's been a few hours. Well, now it's been a little over 1 hour. Not a few hours. I got a little bit of sandstone platform laid out. I wasted a lot of time because I tried coming up with a design of the pistons pushing up. And now I got a design where they push down. I had to come up with this design because I don't have any I only have a few slime balls, so I can't do anything fancy, I guess. I'm gonna have to rely on the pistons themselves to hold back the water. Now the way this works, I got the classic etho clock hooked up to a pulse limiter, and that's gonna go over here where the signal gets split. This signal goes down here. Let's see what it's doing. Yeah, and then it inverts this torch so that the water flows out. And that should be every like 10 to 20 seconds. It'll let the water flow for another 10 seconds or so to get all the mobs swept off. And then it'll stop the water flow again and then wait for that. Stop the output again. And the way this works, yeah, back at the spot where I split the signal, it goes this way on a, it should be about a 10-second I haven't measured it, I just put it down to just get started with. And when that signal comes back, it kicks the redstone block back over here and shuts it off. So this signal. So this clock basically starts this clock and activates this for a bit. And yeah, it's probably not the best way you could do this, but whatever. Alright, now I'm just going to tile this all the way down and probably make the other side and then hook it up together and try to smooth it all out. And I'll get back to you when I've done that. Alright guys, we're back. And we're just about done here. I've been working all day, getting pounded in the caves. This is like my third set of armor. My headpiece and boots are just broken already. I had to go out caving like 3 or 4 times to get enough gold. I severely underestimated the amount of powered rails we'd need. Oh. Also built this little lava generator here, or a cobble generator, so I could get cobble for stone. Let's check it out. Should already be fully operational. Oh, it's night out. Let's sleep. Most of the mob cap is probably getting taken up. But it looked pretty promising. I already saw some big slimes around. And make sure your render distance is on 12 normal or higher. Or these kind of farms won't work one bit. And there you have it. There's actually a mob spawning in it. It's already working. The timing needs to be improved. Whoa! Oh, that was unexpected. There you see they fall off onto the magma blocks. Oh nice, the water timing, that's alright. Yeah, on this side. Something died over there. Yeah, it's a slow farm, but AFK here overnight. Should have a few stacks of slime balls, maybe? Let's take a few of these over here. All I need to do now is get underneath this thing and add some chests. Let's see. Kill the spider. Let's see. Just gonna do a primitive chest array for now. I don't really feel like making an item. I don't think it's gonna make that much anyway. Actually, let's do it like this. And you in the middle. No, I had that right the first time. No. You there. Can't jump. Can't jump because I'm a white guy. Like that. Like so. And yeah, there you go. This should give us a decent amount. Yeah, it's the same day actually as when I started this video, so I built this in one day. I'm playing about 12 hours straight, I think. I can't remember doing anything else in the day anyway. Which is a bit crazy. But I really wanted to get this done, so we can make some more progress in the next episodes. Probably to fill this episode out, I'm going to head over to the village and do some beautification work on it. pretty gnarly over there. Well, I mean, it kind of looks okay, but it could really benefit from some attention. I'd like to put some railings in to keep the villagers from falling out. Oh yeah, check that out. Gunpowder, you got slime balls, string, arrows. So, it's gonna work. And I have an idea for this. Whoop. I have an idea for a shell for this building. I'm thinking I'm gonna build a big wooden boat here. And I mean, it's a little implausible, because like, how did it sail in here? But I mean, I don't need to think about these things too much, I guess. It'd look cool, and that's what matters. And someday we could dig that out if we wanted to. That wouldn't be a problem. Oh my goodness. Really feeling it in my shoulders right about now. Alright, that about does it for this project. I'm gonna move on now. And we'll see. By the way guys, if you're wondering how I'm collecting the drops from this farm, it's a simple minecart hopper system. There's a magma block floor, and this would be where the mobs would fall down, and where that water pushed them. I have a second layer of magma blocks underneath that, get the rails placed on. And I believe that slimes, baby slimes, can spawn in here, and maybe other baby mobs too. So you're gonna want something to take care of them. And what this is just a offloading station. If there's any item in this cart, and I'll put one in it, it'll get lassoed on here, and it'll be held until it empties the cart, and then it'll launch it on its path again. And the way that works is just a comparator facing into a block with a redstone torch and a repeater coming from that block into this block. Fairly standard, very small, nice and tileable. And it just gets the job done. Alright, I think I'd like to do some work on this village now. See if we can make it a little better. The main base is just over that hill. So we might be coming here quite a bit. What I'd like to do is add a railing onto this. All the parts of the boardwalk that have a water access. But it's going to be tricky because we can't. I mean, you could put it here, but oops. You see, the water doesn't wrap to it correctly. I think what we're going to want to do is actually just raise up this entire walkway. Like so. Get some planks. And then we're going to be able to add stuff onto it without worrying about the water, and we can also add supports under it. I think it just makes a lot more sense to have the this boardwalk or whatever it is above the water. I'm not sure that you'd really build one of these literally into the water. Of course, it's something these big-nosed villagers built, so who knows how much logic there would be. Alright, I'm going to hammer all this out and get them all raised up. Alright, I got most of the paths, well, all the paths lifted up. I was just waiting for some of the grass to get done. So I can get these actual path blocks in. What I went with was the spruce stairs, and then the spruce fences. So it creates something of a contrast, but yeah, I think that looks a lot better. And now what we're gonna do is add some type of log underneath it to support it, because right now it's just floating. Let's see, how are we gonna want to do that? How does that look? Yeah, these logs might not actually be necessary. You can barely see it anyway. I'm just gonna go ahead and add a bunch of them in. I know it's gonna bother me if they're just floating. If everything is just floating. Let's see. I'm thinking about adding paths all the way around this well. Excuse me, please. Man, these villagers! Oh, I wish I'd build and maintain their own village. There's a mod that does that. I haven't looked into it yet, though. Let's see how good it is. Oh, one thing I wanted to do is add some fences to the farming area here. I think we're going to want to make that out of a different type of material. Because we'll be placing it on top of oak blocks. These oak wood logs. Oh boy. Crafting on camera. Not easy. Getting confused already. Alright. I'm thinking like... Yeah? I don't know if this is a great idea. Let's just go through with it and see how it looks. Along there, along here. I'm getting some leg spikes. I don't know what's going on in my machine. I think it's because the render is too high. Right? There seems to be some issue with the RAM. I'm gonna have to look into that. Ah, the bad thing is these villagers get themselves stuck. Provides a temporary way up. Yeah, I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna add these stairs here all along, like so. I'll probably replace this lamp with something a little better. And then I'll get back with you. Alright, I've added railings all around town. Renovated these farms a little bit. I got stairs you can walk up into. Fenced in. Most of the paths are complete. It's pretty annoying though, because you can only turn grass into path blocks for some reason. You're always sitting here waiting until the grass gets spread fully. Not sure why that's the case. Looks like everything's about done. Oh yeah, I had an idea here. You probably don't want to leave lava blocks when you're putting wood near. I was thinking you could just put some magma blocks in there. And that's a forge. Alright. Maybe. Oops. You can get a lamp with magma blocks. Alright. Going everywhere. Yeah, maybe one on top? Oh, there we go. Let's see how that looks. I usually use glowstone with this. I'm gonna leave it and see how I like it every time. Probably open these up now. Open you up. You're free. Get rid of this. Oh, you need a door. My doors are going. Another thing I see that we could do with a crafting table. You extend the roofs a bit to add a little more texture to them. Right now it's completely flat. It could look a lot better if we went like that. Get the block to place correctly. Okay, you. Like so. How do we like this? Yeah, I think it's a little better. Yeah, I'm gonna run around the village and do that to all the roofs. I think that'll help. Yeah, I'll get back to you when I'm done with that. How about that for the ends? Get some of the scaffolding out of the way. We just added some stairs underneath it. I like the look on this one. Not like that. That's kind of weird because it comes down to one further over there. How do we fix that? Yeah, let's not worry about it. See how this lamp looks. Yeah. Is it absorbing the light a little? So there's supposed to be. Okay, now I think it's lit up. Yeah, this doesn't look too good. So I think I'm going to add more of these lava lamps all over the village. See if we can cut down on this torch lighting. Not a big fan of the torches. I better get into bed before the villagers get wiped out. So I've got most of the houses extended, their roofs. Well, all of them really. The only ones I haven't touched are these guys with the flat roofs. I don't really have a good concept to go with on those. Everybody's looking a bit more 3D. Popping out a little bit better. Now something I'd like to work on is these retaining walls for the farms. It doesn't make much sense that they have dirt here in the bottom and it doesn't look good. And the reason you wouldn't want dirt in real life is that these things have a tendency to dry out. I'm thinking we need to bring some stone and cobble into this. Not just one block, kind of have them jumbled together a bit. And maybe you could bring in some oak leaves. And I got a ton of flowers here. See if we can't bring some life to it. Let's see. Maybe have like a little pile of stuff here. Don't want to overdo it. Yeah, that's pretty good. A little bush here. Let's see. Maybe a bit right here. Just make it look like it's heaped up a bit. I think I might be overdoing it here a bit. Let's see. Well, you know what would be good is some stairs. I think I need more cobble. Let's get some stairs. Maybe a few slabs. What that's going to let us do is go like that. Put one of these here. Yeah, I like it. Maybe a bush right here. And later on we can use the bushes for hidden lighting as well. So that'll be a nice effect. Let's see. Ah, here's one that needs to be fixed. And I'm gonna go around and fix all these and I'll catch up with you when I'm done with that. Alright guys, one last look at the village before I end the episode. I'm just about finished. There's bushes, there's rock piles. I put bushes along the shoreline. We got the fencing. I'm not liking these lava lamps very much, so I haven't done too many of those. We'll get some glowstone lamps. I'm just gonna do a one pass and then call it a day. It's looking pretty nice though. Collected all the tulips, planted some flower gardens. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And I'll see you next time.